Pro Wrestling Podcast is on, so tune in. The Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast is on, so tune in.
I thought we were live already.
We are live now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast on the franchise, joined by Adam According to Woods and your boy Husky 503. That's your new name now, buddy.
The
original Husky from the Huskies Funhouse. Look, ladies and gentlemen, usually we come on Monday night, we talk about Monday Night Raw and what's going on Monday Night Raw, but here I want to talk about something different.
What do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I'm going to talk about the state of pro wrestling and politics.
Ooh.
Because right now, a lot of stuff's been going on. WWE, TKO, whatever you want to call them, and embroiled in the UFC, fucking Trump administration bullshit. A lot of people are losing respect for the WWE as a whole. A lot of people are losing respect for the UFC as a whole. Dana White out there slutting himself around for the Trump administration. Triple H out there slutting himself around for the Trump administration. Roman Reigns out there slutting himself around. Well, I mean, you know, it's so crazy. Like I seen a picture today of MAGA Kane, and I'm gonna call him that because that's what he is. And Trump. And my thoughts were, I hope they both burn in hell. Like literally, I hope they both burn in hell. You know, you can have your opinions on what you think is right and what you think is wrong when it comes to, you know, fucking politics and professional sports. But let's just be honest here. Okay, let's just call it what it is. If you can sit back and think that the things that these UFC fighters are saying, like the guy, I don't remember his fucking name.
Josh Hockett.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Okay.
He won his fight, and the first thing he says in his you know, at his winning promo is that, you know, Michelle Obama's a man. Like,
oh my God.
These guys, I mean, honestly, look, Donald Trump and the rest of his childish ass little kids, they cannot keep Obama's name out of their mouth. Like, dude, we literally had another president.
Yeah.
We've had two different presidents since Obama's been in office, and yet they just can't keep their name out of his mouth.
Free.
It's crazy. And, you know, let's talk about this deal that Trump just signed to get the Strait of Hormuz reopened and to get things going. Yeah, everyone wants to believe that Trump did all this shit because he's such a great guy. Literally, all Trump did was take Obama's name off of the fucking the agreement that Obama made when he was president and then resubmitted it as a Trump thing.
Right.
Yep.
But what people, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna go online right now, right here, right now, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna get some heat for it, but you're gonna think about this, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, he's right." Donald Trump, he is the smartest man in America. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Donald Trump's been taking lessons from people like Vince McMahon. Okay, so what do? You know you're going to get fucked in the midterms because you're a horrible ass person, and the people who ride with you are horrible ass people, right? So you know you're going to get fucked in the midterms, and you're going to get, you know, your people are going to get voted out. You're going to lose power. Your ass is going to go to jail for all that child molestation shit that you're pulling off, right? So what do? You start a war. Prices go up. Gas prices go up. Food prices go up. All this shit goes up, and people are like we're about to be like in another depression.
We're on their way.
So what do? You wait until everyone can't take it anymore. When your approval points are so low that not even your mom and dad will claim you as their kid. Like that. That's how bad his approval ratings are, right? So what do? You go and you finally get that. You stop the war that you started. So now the Strait of Hormuz is open. The gas prices will go back down. Trades will go back to normal. People will be able to start buying groceries and driving their car because they'll have money for gas and rent, and all this shit will go back to normal. So what's going to happen when November comes around? All those fucking MAGA people are going to convince intelligent people that, hey, look what he did for you. And people are going to be stupid, and they're not going to vote these assholes out of office. He's smart. He basically pulled the fucking Vince McMahon it's been me all along, Austin. It was me all along. Bullshit. Like literally. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean there's that. I mean there's a lot of things, right? So, I mean there's what is it in Albania? They're protesting because Ivanka and Jared Kushner are essentially trying to make Epstein Island again, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like we were just well, at least Ivanka's explanation. We were on a friend's yacht. Oh, the friend's yacht is a Rothschild, which if you know, you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really weird. Yes, it's never been more pro wrestling than anything else, And then, like what you said about like Josh Hookett's, his post fight deal. Homeboy couldn't even finish a. You're a professional MMA fighter, and you couldn't pull off a simple armbar, dude. You couldn't, right? So focus on the job, right? And and this thing about like Obama, like he's had this thing since he was like he had a cup of coffee in the big time playing for the San Francisco 49ers, right? And this is a prevailing theme that he's kind of gone on. Now, like if you really wanted to be on that White House card and you have like 30 seconds worth of time to, say your piece. You could have thanked your parents. You could have thanked your mom.
Your coach.
Your coach. All of the things. And
anybody.
Right. So no matter what, whether you think that kind of conspiracy theory or whatever, this is a party of family, faith and family, right?
Yep.
You kind of thank God at the top of it, and then you went to Michelle Obama's a man, right? Like, and that no family, no significant others. Hell, I mean, if you're, what is it, like a blood pumping American dude, right? I mean, use that platform to get you some, chon, right?
Yeah.
No, he wanted to focus on chon of, a former president's wife. So, I mean, if all gloves are off, right? So can we talk about how Melania met Donald J. Trump, where the first time that they, commenced in their relationship?
See, now, stop right here. Stop right here. And I'm going to tell you why we can't talk about that. Because Trump is a fucking child.
Yes.
He is a whiny little fucking child.
I know what you're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I usually don't get on here and talk politics, but I'm talking it today because a lot of this shit is ridiculous. I'm going to tell you, he's a fucking child, okay?
Yes.
So he can call people monkeys, and he can call reporters dumb. He can call Democrats Democrats, and he can do all this shit. Yeah. But the first time someone talks shit about him,
blasphemy.
I think we should make this. Yeah, I think we should make this a law. You can't do that. Get my FBI to go fucking, investigate these people like a fucking child.
Yeah. And it's hypocrisy is what it is.
It's not. I wouldn't even say hypocrisy because even hypocrisy has bounds.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
This whole thing is so stupid. And then you got it branching over into like the WWE. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm very ashamed that the WWE, something that a lot of people have grown up on their entire lives,
like me,
like these people are basically, they're selling out. Like, look, as a professional wrestler who's done multiple shows at WrestleMania, WrestleMania week, you know what I'm saying? We're talking like, I mean, Adam, you've been to these WrestleMania weeks where it's like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 independent shows. WWE doesn't understand. They know what they're doing because WWE puts on the grandest show of them all, and independent companies come together and make the most money that they'll ever make all year. So independent wrestlers are making all this money. So what do you do? You take that. Yeah, so what they do? They take that opportunity from them and they move to fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
A place where a news reporter basically was over there reporting the news, and end up getting unalived. I hate using that term, but TikTok.
Unlived by a
saying?
certain president.
Yeah. So, I find that these people are forgetting stuff like that. And look, let's just be honest. Monday Night Raw is ingrained in people. It is the longest episodic running television show in the history of TV, right?
Right.
They've talked about it. It's sports entertainment. It's like a soap opera. I tell people all the time, wrestling's a male-based soap opera.
What?
It's a soap opera, right?
It's theater with body parts.
It's physical theater, right?
Yeah.
So you have all that stuff going, just like the NFL. You don't even have to like football. You can fucking hate football, but you do know that on Mondays, Monday Night Football, you will go watch that shit because it is ingrained in you, right?
Right.
People watch Monday Night Raw for the same thing.
It's an institution.
Yeah. People watch Monday Night Raw for the same thing. Remember, we used to do this thing, Shane. We watch Raw so you don't have to.
Yeah, back in the
Raw was fucking horrible, but we watched it. But we watched it anyway, right? So wrestling has always been ingrained in politics. There's politics in wrestling all the time. We can talk about that another day.
Always. In everything, actually.
You got to think about it. It's like, so we got fucking all this bullshit, this drama with WWE ingrained in his politics. Triple H is fucking on the, in the cabinet. So is Linda McMahon and all that shit like that. So with the state of things going on, with the ICE, AEW's abolish ICE gimmicks and things like that. Adam, I'm gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on pro wrestling and the UFC when it comes to this bullshit?
I think unfortunately, it's become one of the same, right? AEW and their wrestlers have had, ties to MAGA and continuing ties, as is WWE. Now, AEW is not as blatant to it, but AEW is a challenger brand, right? To the WWE's Coke, right? Just like that institution. There are people that are just going to be either, I'm going to watch WWE or I'm just going to stop watching pro wrestling altogether. I'm not going to attend an indie show. I'm not going to whatever, same thing with UFC, right? Oh, I've got friends and they are my friends, right? I'm not going to disown people for, we're going to respectfully disagree, right? But they're still my friend. I love them, whatever. I'm sure I want them to see a different way, as do they want me to see a different way. And that's fine. But I still love my friends. Whether you agree with me or not, you're my friends. I'm not going to disown you, right? But there are other places where you can get your fix, your MMA fix, your pro wrestling fix, right? That is, Effie's Big Gay Brunch, right?
Love that.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you're so against that, then we need support here. Okay, cool. Then that needs to be a promotion like GCW. Here is now you have a groundswell of support that people that want to watch wrestling, but they don't want to watch the WWE. Cool. Make that a weekly show. How can you make that a weekly show? Because you're going to serve a underserved market somehow, right? I got into it with a friend. Well, they kind of disowned me during the pandemic. A promotion called Combate America, or now they're Combate Global. They had a fight with a male to female transgender woman, right? Mm-hmm. Against a Muay Thai fighter, Muay Thai, not even MMA. They brought her into MMA during the pandemic from France. She hadn't fought Muay Thai in 7 years, right? And they brought her in, right? And I said, this is the worst match. This is the worst MMA fight I've ever seen. And they're like, because it's a transgender or whatever. No, I'm just like there's weight classes, right? A 125-pound male or female can't fight their same gender at 225. There's weight classes, right?
Okay.
So same thing. I want a 125-pound male to female transgender division, a male to female, and go up. I want anybody that wants to fight, who wants to wrestle, let's get it. right?
Yeah.
But you have to have the same caliber. You have to have elite levels of this stuff. Don't just Manchurian candidate one person, right? And when they don't win, oh, MMA is bad. Oh, pro wrestling is bad. No, like I want Nyla Rose to be the transgender champion, But I also want her character to develop. How are you the native beast, right?
Yeah.
And you have and in your thing you have the bloody hand of all of the the native women that have been horrible things and murdered and all that stuff, right? Well, but you're taking away from that as a male to female transgender. Like, yes, you're giving visibility, but that's also not your cause. You have a different cause, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I want everybody to have a voice. Everybody that wants to do this, right? You, Blood, who's literally sacrificed your body many a times, overcome injury and what have you to come back to the sport you love. People thought you were crazy when you started out, or they might have thought you were cool, but it didn't matter what they thought. It's what you thought, that you got to lace up those boots, get in the ring, travel town to town, share stories, you share locker rooms with your heroes and what have you, right? Everybody should be included. Everybody should be included, but we got to make sense of it, right? So for me, if you don't like the WWE, don't say you don't like wrestling. If you don't like the UFC and the White House card, don't say you don't like MMA and write us off with a paintbrush. Find something there. Allow yourself to find something else, because there's fighters, there's wrestlers that are trying to get there. And the less the pot is, right, the less people watching, the less people supporting this. That's at a time where our economy here in America is going to hell in a handbasket, right? Those people need your support, and they're probably more aligned with you and your ideologies than the people at the big time. So why don't support them? Support indie wrestling, support local MMA, support local jiu-jitsu. I want LGBTQ plus, all of it in everything, right? Like, please, just like you can be a conservative, you can be a cop, you can be a liberal, all of it, right? But when you force feed it, right? Just like I feel, it's my opinion, Roman Reigns is force fed. I mean, top of the show, we got him in the bloodline, right? He is the least, when he was cutting that promo about like, oh, the Wild Samoans were the bloodline or whatever. He didn't even give love to his brother. You know what? The superhero in training is the bloodline, right? 3-minute warning, even though he gave love to the other incarnations, was the bloodline. I mean, he's standing in front of the son of the Tonga Kid. That wasn't the Head Shakers. That was the Tonga Kid, right? He wasn't an Islander, nor was he a Head Shrinker, nor was he a Wild Samoan, because he was Tongan. That's the bloodline. Give love to what's his face, even though they're not blood, right? But Yiming Haku, right? That's the bloodline. I didn't hear any love for High Chief Peter Maivia or The Rock or Nia Jax, right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear any. They mentioned Rikishi's shaking the ass, but what about the love for Make a Difference of Fatu? I wanted them to acknowledge the fact that the Sultan is the bloodline.
But they didn't.
No, they didn't. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. It's WWE propaganda. It's Roman Reigns propaganda. Yeah, I said it. There you go. But I want everybody to have a place. Yeah, I want everybody to have a place. Even Ultimate Hater 87 says, Blood is a child. He's a whiny child that he's been champion for years. Sinner got screwed. Hashtag rematch.
Yeah, we're over here having a real conversation. He's bringing up wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, and I don't know how this is going to work, right? So unless the people in Mexico haven't made the connection, well, guess what? just like Booker he said to Hulk Hogan in the NWO, "We coming, right?" Well, they're gonna have a show on Saturday. They just announced that Triple Mania, right? The Triple A's version of WrestleMania is gonna be on 2 different countries, right? Mexico, Las Vegas, and Mexico, right? Well, how is this pro MAGA stuff gonna appeal there? Because much like the main WWE, right, or selling out records and pricing out normal fans. Well, guess what? AAA is doing record numbers. The return on investment for what the WWE paid for AAA and versus what they've gotten, and we're talking like 2 years. Has it been 2 years already? Maybe less.
Less than 2 years.
I think it's been less.
Yeah, and they've gotten their return on investment. Just running the house show, not the house show, but whatever. AAA ran a thing at the Forum at the same day as Money in the Bank, right? That right there, that gate is more than what the WWE paid for AAA op.
Yeah.
And they're just making money hand over fist. Arguably, until we see something else, the El Grande Americanos match, that's probably that's match of the year. Shout out to Gable, who's making his way to the ring. Like Gable's amazing. I don't know. I don't want to dox him, but maybe it's Marcel Bartel, right?
We know who it is.
Yeah. Wait, you're gonna tell me that you know who Juan Cena is? Who Mr. America is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you know that?
Hey, I know who the Yellow Dog is too, and the Midnight Rider. So yeah.
Shit.
Ooh, Jesus, man, the Bad Blood is the inside tip. We're gonna find to go and unredact those files. In the Pepstein files.
Yeah.
Since you're so inside.
I'm trying to. Hey man, look. If those Epstein files ever get released, a lot of people going to jail.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. Or they're gonna end up in Jared and Ivanka's island off of Albania.
It's about to happen.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, man. So like I said, support your local indie, support your local MMA. You sponsor a fighter, sponsor a wrestler. Do the things, because the WWE and the UFC aren't the only game in town. And it's funny because I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm MAGA and this and that, and California sucks." She grew up here and she lives elsewhere, right? California sucks. Well, tell me why almost every referee and judge for the White House card came from California State Athletic Commission. I saw my friends up there. I was like, "Oh, okay, Herb Dean, okay, Mike Beltran, okay, David Bell." You look up at Mike Rayala, and I'm not doxing anybody because their name was literally in the print. They're right there.
There.
Yeah. So I'm not saying anything, Felicia O, because they needed DC is a part of Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even if Maryland had or has a state athletic commission,
right back.
Even if they still have a state athletic commission, right? That doesn't govern DC. So you're gonna bring in the best of the best. So my friend that I was talking to, she was just like, "Oh, this is such a great thing. This is such a great thing." And I hate California, and I'm like, then tell me why. Like 70% of every official there, with the exception of Mark Goddard, who's from the UK, right? And a couple of others, 70% of the referees and the staff that basically enforce the rules for that event were from California.
Have no idea on that.
So to me, I'm like, make it make sense. You hate California, but you're watching a thing that is California centric. Yeah. So, and we've got Trumpers in California. The thing that I like is everybody is showing their colors. right?
Yes, they absolutely are.
Yeah. If you are that, then you are that. And then if you're against that, you are against it. And I think it's beautiful because you know where people stand, rather than like you're at a dinner and everything like that. And I've been this, right? You're at a dinner and you're like, oh, whatever. And then the topic of conversation happens. And then you realize, oh no, I'm the only one. I just got invited because I was the good black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. The non-threatening. And I was like, oh, damn. I
Oh,
thought they really
there.
loved me. Yeah. It's like, I thought they
Right.
really loved me.
Everyone loves you, Adam. Don't tell them
Oh,
different.
thank you, Shane. And everybody loves you.
Thank you,
Um,
Adam. I appreciate it.
I, dude, we love you. You're like your family to me, Shane. And like all the things that, like everybody's going through stuff, right? And you've gone through it, but you have maintained such a great outlook. Um, you're a member of our community, man. Like you support every one of us, right? And then
I
like
do. I do support a lot of the communities.
yeah, and then with you I mean, if I ever get up to Portland, man, I want to be with you guys at a roundtable show because like what you guys, you, Selena, Blood, Julian, like what you all have done up there, man. You guys are literally phoenix out of the ashes, man. Like
That's pretty much what was the goal. We wanted to feed something to what's missing.
yeah,
That's the whole point.
and
And
to see it in your
Adam,
image.
you better come to the Roundtable Comic Con show. I'm just
Okay,
saying, man.
when is that?
September 11th through the 13th.
Okay, okay. Let me put it in my calendar and because that like slow season starts in my line of work September, so I might be able to get it off.
Yeah, because we're trying to get everybody from the Roundtable to come, because that should be like a
Okay,
big hangout group.
okay. I mean, it didn't work out so well for my people, but I got you. Yeah, hanging out never worked out well for us, but I would love to come up there. Yeah, okay. And also, like, I mean, there's so much like wrestling history in Portland. Dating
Oh,
back
there's a
from
lot of history of wrestling in Portland. A lot of the
yeah,
legends and the great started from Portland wrestling. So
yeah.
there's
I mean,
that.
Don Owens, Roddy Piper. I mean, the Barr family. Even though art, it's kind of sketchy with art.
Right. My
Questionable things.
grandpa mentions that all the time, and the only reason why I know that is because of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, cool. I mean, it's funny because like I, because I grew up all over the place. I'm not one for traveling, just due to the fact that you know, I I I don't want to have to get ingrained in a place and then have to leave it because that
Right.
again, yeah. But I mean, you guys are not leaving me, and I'm not leaving you, so it should be fine.
Nah. We don't leave each other. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
Which, by the way, speaking of not leaving, wait. First off, I don't know where my brain. So we're watching Rusev versus Gable, right? With Ethan Page as as Rusev's Skeeter or manager, right? So
Manager.
yeah. So when did this happen, right? And then I thought Gable was injured because I
No, so Gable has been cleared to compete for a while now, so that's why El Guardia
oh.
Americano took his place for a while of wrestling.
Mm. Okay, so because I'm subscribed to the YouTube channel and great Chaz Betts on YouTube, and like he's got 2 episodes up. They're great, and he's kind of detailing his whole torn. What is it? Was it separated something or
I think it was
something
like
in
a
the shoulder?
separated shoulder or separated neck, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But the way he tells it, he's a great speaker. I encourage,
Storyteller.
yeah, I encourage anybody and everybody to Roman Reigns at the. Oh, do you see this, Shane?
No, I'm not
Roman,
even watching it.
okay, somebody just got power bombed into Whataburger sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, it's this is wild. Like when Roman Reigns does the one, like whatever.
Yeah,
There,
are you talking about like the Grubhub commercial that they
yeah,
posted?
it's the
Yeah,
DoorDash. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
it's so it's so dumb. But me, I'm not the biggest Roman fan, so like him holding up the ones and it's a DoorDash bag, I'm not mad at it. I'm not
That's
mad at
actually
it at
great
all.
marketing.
It is, but also it's bastardized the things that we love, right?
Right.
Um, there's
Yeah, and people have been saying of this era of wrestling for WWE mainly is the Attitude Era.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I love the pun in that, and it is, and this is also one of the things that Um, so the UFC's production, right? If you watch the UFC's production, pre pre the WWE, like Ari Emanuel buying Vince's shares because that's how it
Right.
happened, right? Um, After the UFC's production has gone up umpteenth degrees, right? And I don't know if they're borrowing from each other or whatever, but that's it, right? And then one thing that, fortunate or unfortunately, that the WWE has kind of borrowed, right, is the fact that there's logos everywhere. You know,
Everywhere. And honestly, I really don't like the logos everywhere being around the ring because I miss the blank canvas surface of
yeah.
a wrestling ring. But and at the same time, I do get it why they're doing it, but at the same time, I'm hating it at the same time.
Well, I mean, at least it's like major sponsors, right? Because
Yeah.
I mean, MMA had like Condom Depot and Dynamic Fastener, and literally there's like a place, Golden Palace, that they had big temporary tattoos on fighters' backs. So
Right.
imagine, like you're cutting weight, you gotta get your blood tests and all that stuff, and make sure your cup is in, make sure your mouth guard is right, and then also somebody has to fucking do a temporary tattoo of Golden Palace so you can get this check here, like
That's funny.
yeah. So at least it's like
UFC has been doing ads on their map for a long time, though. Like
yeah,
even before
and it's
WWE
not
did.
it's not just I work for a couple MMA and Muay Thai promotions here in SoCal, and it's everywhere. It's not just
Everywhere.
UFC. It's not it's everywhere. But that had always, and this is one of those, like, if you haven't seen it, it's new to you, because that has always been the case in boxing and MMA, right? Like, and it's actually looked down upon if you don't have those sponsors there, because that means that promoter's bleeding money, right? Because you know most most venues, right? I know a venue that we used to run. It was $50,000 a night to run the
That,
venue.
that's crazy amount of
Yeah,
money to run a
yeah,
venue.
right, absolutely. And then they doubled it to 100,000,
I was
and
gonna say, yeah.
yeah, we had to leave. So essentially, um, we had been running that venue for almost a decade, right? And what ended up happening was they had a Valentine's Day show at that venue, right? And it was just like some old, like the eighth incarnation of the Four Tops and whatever, right? But that promoter, the concert promoter, paid him 100 G's. So they were like, we can charge 100 G's for this space. So we ended up having to, move to a smaller space that is actually better. I mean, I'll say it on the air. There's a local chain, a hot dog chain called Dirt Dogs, right? And their compound in the city of Commerce, California, it's like a eat space. Like people, they have raves there all the time. You can get
Right.
drinks, you can get the best of their hot dogs, right? Like it's their think tank. And oh, okay.
Oh shit. So I guess
So
we gotta end the stream a little bit early.
are we ending the stream, or is it just you and me?
I think we're ending the stream because the blood is allowed pain.
Okay. Well, when you end streams, you want to make sure that you pinch and then get and drink plenty of water,
Yes.
because the stream will burn if you don't. And if you're in the case of blood, you don't want blood in your stream. Um,
No. And where can they find you?
Yes, exactly. So, and that stream, Brad Bud wants to, have Mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, and the current president to burn, right? So,
Pretty much.
when you end the stream, and you earned it with a burning sensation, you could also ignite it to the mayor of Knox County and the current president, if you so choose. I didn't say that. That's going to be redacted because I don't want to be canceled. But don't get burnt in your stream when you're ending it early. Congratulations.
Right.
And I think we're out like a weird belly button. We're outie. For Huskies amongst us, the franchise player, Bad Blood, somewhere battling a big bear, is Julian, the head man in charge, and me, according to Woods, a professor of pugilistics. This has been the Roundtable Wrestling Podcast. It's sort of raw review. I think we're kind of done. I think we're kind of done. So we're no longer raw because we're
no longer going raw. That's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pretty done. Shane, I love you so much.
All right, y'all. Later.
All right, later.